And a very good afternoon to you right across the Riverland and Mallee and on iHeartRadio. It is 5RM Football live from Loxton North this afternoon for the battle between the Loxton North Panthers and the Barmera Monash Roos. Lockie was my name. Alongside me this afternoon is Trevor Nobby Norton. Nobby, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lockie, and good afternoon to everyone tuned in to our 5RM Football broadcast for Riverland, for McDonald's Renmark. And, hey, mate, both sides on the ground warming up as we talk. Some quick scores from previous outings. Loxton North won the under-18s by 8 points, 4-9 to 3-7. And in the A grade, we had Loxton North resounding winners, 18-11, 1-19 to Barmera Monash 1-1-7. I don't think this A grade game will be that far apart. Both sides looking pretty good on field, and gee whiz, Lockie, you've got to be thinking Loxton North will take a bit of confidence out of that almost win last week at Berry, only going down by 3 points, and also by their previous encounter against Barmera Monash when they came late in the last quarter to not quite run them down.
It was a very narrow loss last week. Both sides on the field at the moment warming up. One quick change for the Barmera Monash Roos. Max Petrole comes in, the number one. That's what he'll be wearing. Jack Barker is the player that drops out for the Barmera Monash Roos. And just another quick one. Justin Proud is the captain for the Loxton North Panthers today, and he won the coin toss. And they'll be kicking to the school end.
I didn't see that. I was just about to say, whoever wins it will be going to the school end with a slight advantage. That looks like the scoring end. Look, I think Loxton North today, they'll need to start well and to stay with Barmera. They gave them a big head start last time. Didn't give it to them. Barmera played very well early and claimed it. And look, a lot of people will be asking why are we here watching the two sides that can't play finals and not at Berry for their reunion game. Well, the reason we're not at Berry is because we programmed the Fisher Cup for next week earlier in the season, Lockie. And besides, I think this game holds a lot of interest. I mean, Loxton North's best chance to get on the board for the season, and albeit for over 1,000 days if we count the COVID non-season. And Barmera Monash, of course, another win for them, perhaps in the offing. So a good game, even though it has no impact on the Final Four.
It is the last time these two sides play each other this year. And as you said, Barmera Monash getting the chocolates in the first two of those. Somewhat close. The first game it was less than 50. It was about 20 points, I think. And that last one, as you said, Loxton North came out with a wet sail, but unable to get the chocolates. I do notice, too, we have had a little bit of a shower roll through here this afternoon at Loxton North, but the sun is now out, and it's probably a perfect day for football if you lived in Melbourne.
Yeah, interesting. Absolutely. Interesting to note that Mason Middleton starting up forward and Dudley Campbell in the ruck. So maybe the Barmera Monash are conceding that Matthew Hampel's going to win the tap out, and they're looking to make the most of the ball when it hits the deck through guys like Watke, Drugamilla, and also their captain Sam Butterworth, who was very good last time they played.
Yep, things about to get underway this afternoon for the first quarter. It is 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's at Renmark. The umpire puts the ball up, the timekeepers start the clock, and we are underway this afternoon at Panther Park. Hampel gets the tap with Dudley Campbell not actually contesting at all. The Panthers go on the attack quickly. They've had their first inside 50, but the Roos clear it out, Nobby.
Yeah, they do. And Loxton North, as we saw last time we saw them here at the Oval, they play well out in the open and they drive it forward again to full forward.
The Panthers deep in their attacking 50. Jordan Freeman for the Roos tries to clear it out, gets some help, but turns back inside. Another quick handball to Jordan Freeman. A great bit of play out of the back lines and a nice kick down the wing, but it goes nowhere, and this should spill out of bounds. But no, the Panthers through Opes managed to keep it inboard. Will Schultz was there as well. The Panthers are looking hungry in these early stages.
Yeah, they have to be clean with the football. That'll be the difference, and there they are. They turn it over at centre wing to Watke.
The Roos now going down towards their attacking 50, but that was a mark to the Panther in Romeo, who's got it on the halfback flank, who turns around quickly and kicks down the line. Looking for a teammate. No one was able to mark it. Ball goes to ground. Everyone dives on it, and that will be a stoppage. 1 minute gone on the Nippies clock.
Hard contest. Ethan Wagner wrapping the ball up and looking for a bounce up here from Matt Grummett.
Ball goes up. The Roos and Panthers both hungry for the footy. Butterworth able to get a kick out of the contest. It finds Packer. Another quick handball to the Roos. Eleutheriadis, good turnaround, but kicked it straight to the Panthers. Oh, no, but the Roos managed to win this one, and they go into their 50 for the first time. And Jake Smith was the target. He was unable to mark it.
Solid tackle there.
Austin Carpenter was the one with the footy and got wrapped up.
Yeah, solid tackle by Zane Luth, and he stopped him from running to goal.
Another ball up in the Roos 50. Hampel now with the footy, dives on it. Spills out the back just. Not that far. A couple of quick handballs. The Panthers, this is a very dangerous bit of play for the Panthers. Oh, good tackle deep in defence.
Yeah, contest very strong at the moment. In the Roos half-forward line, 30 metres out from goal. Panthers very desperate to deny them a shot at goal.
Ball goes up again, just 25 metres out from the Roos goal. A great bit of clearing play from Opes for the Panthers. A big kick, looking for a target. No one was able to wrap it up. Now the Roos managed to get another inside 50, but that was a woeful kick.
Nice pick up there from Benjamin Drugmuller.
Manages to still go forward.
Opes wraps the ball up, and another ball up, Lockie.
We've had a few of those already now, haven't we?
Yeah, a bit like the last time these guys played. They were pretty tough around the footy, both sides.
Good contest in the centre with the 50 for the Roos. Goes deep into the forward lines. The Roos have got numbers here, but Mason Eckerman, a good attacking kick out of defence.
I reckon Wagner asleep out there on his wing, and his Barmera player got the jump on him, and they push it back to Watke at half forward, who centres the ball. That looks like Jake Smith. He's off.
Quick play on, has a shot at goal. Has it got the distance? I don't think it does, but a great mark to Middleton. And he'll go back for a shot on goal. He's going to kick this one on a very tight angle, though. Has he got it in him, Nobby?
No, it wasn't Smith. It was Mock that drove that ball forward. And yes, he's goaled it. And that's the first goal of the game to Mason Middleton. One touch, one goal. His height, a distinct advantage there when the ball come in like that.
Oh, the Roos take the first advantage on the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard. One goal. Panthers yet to score. They did have the first clearance and went deep into their attacking 50, but the Roos, through some good defence, managed to clear it out.
Yeah, and obviously Mason Middleton going to be a danger for the Panthers up there, up forward. He won't need a lot of possessions to have an impact on the scoreboard, as we saw there. One touch, one mark, one kick, one goal.
So his direct opponent is Beswick, probably the best defender they've got for that height and size, but interesting to see what they do. Of course, no Anton Cook playing today for the Panthers.
Big out for the Panthers. He's been a rock-solid part of that defence for more than a decade.
Ball back in the centre. Umpire Kasolki gets things underway. No one really able to get an advantage, but now the Roos clear it out, and a good clearance, and goes down towards Middleton again.
Nice mark.
Great mark from Zane Luth, the Panther defender, who is here for a couple more weeks, I'm told. Kicks down the wing. It's a great mark to the Roos.
Look, Michael Mock, a bit of a handful there for Wagner on that wing, and I think maybe Brett Shepik might have to pull a change there. He's been dominant already, Mock.
Beswick able to clear it out. Looks for Bradman Fitzday. He was unable to pick it up. It gets wrapped up. Taken.
High tackle.
Okay. Panthers got out of that one very luckily there. So Bradman Fitzner's the man with the free kick. Goes down the wing.
Oh, nice try.
Looked for Shapley. He was unable to mark it. Now the Roos look hungry.
That's better from Wagner in after it.
Ethan Wagner playing for the Panthers today. Mock managed to get a click the other way. Britton was the target. He was unable to get it. Now there's Stemberger's got it. Stemberger over to Watke, and a couple of quick handballs to the Panthers, and they're off. Roos rather, and they're off.
Yep.
And this could be high. Opes wrapped him up, but
I reckon he ducked into it. Like, I reckon that's a good decision by the umpire to play that on.
Now Watke's got the footy. A woeful kick into their attacking 50. The Roos are still hungry here, though. Jake Smith's got the footy. He was wrapped up.
Gee, early days, Watke and Benjamin Drugmuller are both proving pretty damaging around the footy, around half forward there.
Ball up in the Roos 50. The ball's spilling forward. Quick turnaround from Middleton. Has a shot on goal, and that's going to dribble out of bounds.
Yep, that'll be a kick for Loxton North. That was a kick untouched out of bounds, which we had a bit of a discussion about this morning on 5am Sports Saturday.
You certainly did. Well, Beswick's the man that'll take the kick out of the defence for the Panthers, looking for a target. Decides to do a quick kick right across the face. Finds Hugo Keller. And Keller gets it on quickly. Jonah George is the man. He was unable to mark it.
Left behind.
Jake Smith hungry for the footy for the Roos. Hugo Keller for the Panthers manages to clear it out. Back to Beswick, who puts the rockets on and gets a
nice kick.
Good kick. And finds Romeo on the halfback flank. Oh, but a woeful kick from Romeo. He's tried to centre the footy and almost went straight to the hands of the Roos. And now they're all hungry for the footy. A couple of scrappy tackles. No one really getting an advantage, and the umpire says that's my footy.
Look, the Panthers' inability to polish that disposal is proving a little bit of an impediment for them, and it's giving Barmera the ball back way too quickly.
7 minutes gone on the Nippies clock. First quarter Riverland football from McDonald's Renmark.
Again out of the pack forward to Watke.
Watke centering the footy. Cody Britton's the target. To outrun by Bradman Fitzner, who manages to get the footy out of the attacking 50 of the Roos. Some strong, desperate Panther defence.
Oh, I thought that was in the side. Never mind.
So the Roos have got
Packer's
the free
off.
through Packer. And he gets away quickly. Middleton, the target, unable to mark it. Ball goes forward.
Dangerous player, Packer, across half forward and around the forward lines because he's very sure with his hands.
Certainly is. Butterworth in there as well. He's making his mark on this game already. Worsfold for the Panthers, manages to clear it out and finds Fitzner.
Who's had plenty of it this first quarter.
He kicks down the wing, looks for Wagner.
This is better from Wagner.
Ethan Wagner kicking to the attacking 50 for the Panthers, but it was a wobbly old kick.
And that's the Panthers' problem. Their disposal is just not up to scratch sometimes.
A couple of quick handballs for the Roos. It finds Keenan Welch for the Panthers, who takes the ball to ground. There'll be a ball up. Panthers got out of that one very luckily there.
Well, Wagner did all the hard work and then coughed the ball up. Didn't give his forwards a chance by at least putting the ball up where they could get hold of it.
Ball up on the Panther attacking 50 arc.
Oh, umpire missing that. I thought the Panther player went down without the ball.
Freeman had a quick kick out of the defensive 50 for the Panthers, and the Roos are still trying to work this one back, but the Panthers through Worsfold and now Fitzner get it back.
Oh, well done.
Schultz is in there. Great bit of play from Schultz.
Nice little, won the hard ball back turn, but couldn't quite get a handle on it. But no shortage of courage there from Will Schultz.
Certainly a hard effort, Nobby.
Very much a hard moment.
So a ball in, first one for the day. And the Roos through Butterworth.
Another good bit of work from Schultz. See, at least when you put the ball up like that, you give your forwards a chance, like he'd at least get under it.
They tried to centre the footy. Yeah. The Panthers are still going the attack through Shapley. Finds Schultz. Schultz puts it up in the air. The Panthers, Justin Proud's the target. He was unable to get it. A quick shot on goal from the Panthers.
Should have made more of that.
And the Panthers unable to get that one. That was Ethan Wagner, I reckon, that had a shot at that one. It was too.
Yeah, he started to work his way back into the game.
Well, the Panthers' first score, they get a minor. And the Roos now try to clear this one out. Nearly 10 minutes gone. First quarter Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
Holding the play up a bit here, looking for an easier out. And Packer provides it in the back pocket. Looks in the middle, and a nice kick. And mark 2, Thomas Eleftheriadis playing deep in defence.
That's Tommy Eleftheriadis. Quick little kick back in board. Finds Klingbeil. He handballs quickly back to Eleftheriadis, who kicks to the centre.
Barmera moving the ball with confidence and accuracy here.
Yeah, Millington was the one that he's going to be a handful from across half-back this afternoon, the Panthers.
That ball's gone from the back pocket to the centre wing, and Loxton North have yet to get their hands on it.
And as you say that, though, the Panthers, through fortune, managed to get their hands on it. And it's a scrappy footy, the ball's spilling everywhere. Now the Roos have got it again.
See, the kick at the toes of Will Lehman at half forward gave him no chance at all. Whereas Barmera are giving their forwards plenty of opportunity by keeping the ball up in front of them. Off half forward. Looks like an FAD, a field down ground free kick.
Eleftheriadis was the one that had the kick, and I reckon he might have had a bit of a late bump. And as you said, the old downfield.
This is
Jake Smith's got the footy.
Round onto his left foot, gives it a fair ride up to the goal square. 2-on-1. Middleton pulls it down.
Great mark. And that is an MTSA mark of the day contender.
Yeah, he had two opponents in, kept his eye on the ball. I don't think any of the Loxton North boys went for the punch. I think they were trying to outmark him.
It would have spilled through for a goal if they weren't careful there, the Panthers.
I'm thinking the defensive action would have been to punch that through for a point.
Middleton goes back, puts another one on the board.
Yep.
And the Bitmac surfacing scoreboard sees 2 straight goals to the Barmera Monash Roos, 1 behind to the Panthers. Panthers got a bit of work to do in this early stage.
Yeah, Middleton already proving a headache for him up forward. 2 big marks, both in the 10-metre square. Was it the 9-metre square now?
I'm not sure what the square size is this afternoon.
Used to be 10 yards in the old change, but I think it might be 9 metres now.
I'm just looking in the Panthers' defence here. Who else might be able to have maybe a crack on Middleton?
Well, I think it's before you worry about changing personnel, it's about going about it the right way, and it'll be spoil, punch at all opportunities. Forget trying to outmark Mason Middleton.
Because to me, Beswick's more of the attacking defender. He's the run-off half-back.
I think you've got to stand off him and try and jump over him, because body on body, Mason Middleton's too strong for anyone out there today.
Ball back in the middle, doesn't go too far, and umpire will have it again. There'll be another ball up. 12 minutes gone, first quarter, Riverland football.
Oh,
no one able to...
It was a shepherd in the ruck, I reckon.
The Panthers get the 3 through Shapley. He's got a few targets. They're all asking for it. Shapley goes wide.
This is good lead from Wagner, and his arms were chopped. Yep.
So Wagner's got the free just outside the attacking 50.
He's on the 50. He's on the forward end of the 50-metre square. Goes short.
Short kick. Finds Wilch.
Probably no closer to goals, to be honest with you, but at least they're keeping possession of it.
Wilch is just holding things up. Kicks it to the top of the square.
Almost.
Oh, Sean Steele was the target. He was unable to mark it. It's a hot footy, but the Roos clear it out.
It was Mock with the ball out of defence there, out to the centre wing where there's only a Panther player.
Bradman Fitzner's the one with the footy. Turns, quick kick. Justin Proud was the target, and that's out on the full.
Yeah, a little bit too far away. Didn't give him a chance, really.
13 minutes gone.
But at least put it out in front of him.
First quarter, Riverland football on 5RM.
It's Mock again from the back pocket. He covers a bit of ground to Butterworth, who's also well deep in defence. He comes across the ground to Jed Millington, I reckon, Lockie, that is.
That was Millington, and he goes wide. He's looking for the 13.
Well done, Ian Worsfold, to keep that, not to be defensive, keep it in play and get it back. But look at the kick in. It's a 9-iron to half forward.
No one was able to get onto that one, as you would have thought, when the ball left the boot. Both teams hungry for it. The Panthers trying to keep it in their attacking 50, but the Roos managed to clear it out, and Campbell's the one in hot pursuit of the footy. Keeps it in front of him, and that's what the coach would like this afternoon. Just clear it out.
You can see the strategy behind playing Campbell in ruck. It's not about the hit out; it's about the groundwork he does after it.
Just looking at the inside 50s.
Whoa! Up goes Judge Sherpick.
Needed
oxygen there for that hit out.
The ball spilling across the field sideways. No one's able to get any clear possession. Now the Roos through Butterworth, able to get a kick away. Handball's quick back inside. Watke was the one who got his hands on it. And then back to Packer. Packer kicks it into the 50. Who's the target? Middleton's there. There's 2 Panthers on him now, though. I think they might have learnt their lesson from the last time, but he still gets a hands away. Gets it to Smith.
Smith to Watke.
Watke, and there's a Roo
on his own in the goal square. It's Butterworth, is it? If it is, he's run
it from... It is. Kicks sideways off the boot and puts it in the goals.
Now, in that passage of play, Butterworth marked it in the defensive 9-metre square, and he's just kicked a goal from the attacking 9-metre square. He has run the full length of the oval, and in that time, no one's picked him up and run with him.
The Roos extend the lead. 3 straight goals to the Panthers, 1 behind at this stage. 15 minutes gone, first quarter.
Panthers in for a very long day unless they start manning up. At least start looking at your direct opponent and start running with him. This has got danger signs all over it again, Lockie. I was hopeful that the Panthers might be able to stay with Barmera, keep in touch and make a bit of a dive at them late like they did last time.
Well, they've had enough of the footy. They've actually got more centre clearances than the Panthers. The Panthers are winning the centre clearances.
Yeah, they're just not using the ball at all like Barmera.
And they're only 1 inside 50 behind the Roos.
Yeah, but those inside 50s have virtually given none of their forwards a chance.
The Roos now try to clear this one out of the centre square. It's a hot footy, but there's Drugamuller and a great kick out.
He's had a bit of it early too in the middle.
Middleton's the target. Doesn't able to mark it, but takes it boundary side.
Playing out at the 50-metre line this time, Middleton. He is moving around a bit.
He's taken Opes with him, so the Panthers have made a switch, I think, on Middleton. And they try to clear this one out, the Panthers, but the Roos are hot on it. Both teams scurrying for the footy. No one's able to get their hands on it.
Good tackle.
And Drugamala manages to get a handball, finds Klingbeil. Ball taken to ground. And now Will Schultz for the Panthers has got the footy and kicks into the attacking 50.
Better.
Newman was the target. He was unable to mark it. Wiltsch is there. Got crunched front and centre. And now the Roos clear it out again. Oh, and that's a high tackle.
He's been good. He's been good first quarter, Bradman Fitzner. Attacked the ball well.
And Klingbeil and Sherpig just saying g'day to each other there. They still are, which...
I thought they might have already known each other.
Well,
that's a better kick into the forward line. It's just not quite held on to by Ethan Wagner there. But gee whiz, he's likely. He's had a fair bit near the ball.
Sean Steer for the Panthers is presenting well on the forward lines. Some hard crunching mark contest. He's had some shocking delivery, but you think if they could tune that up, he might be able to get his hands on the footy.
Nice tap out by Judge Sherpick, getting up nice and high.
Roos managed to get a kick out of it.
Opes belts the ball clear and into the path of two Loxton North players on half forward. First one to it.
Ball deep in their attacking 50, the Panthers, but once again a wasted opportunity as the Roos clear it out.
And I don't know who's on Ben Drugamala, but he's having a party out there at the moment.
And he finds Campbell, great mark, turns and goes. Looking for a target, finds Packer. Packer unable to mark it. Hugo Keller for the Panthers tries to take advantage, and
clever work by Keller there, handballing in front of him and holding the man free kick.
Played a bit of his footy down at one of our favourite Mallee sides, Border Downs, Tintinara. And there'll be another free here. And the Panthers...
Will Schultz.
Will Schultz is the one with it.
Unfortunately not taking the mark, but being the beneficiary of the opposing player grabbing hold of him. Where is this going?
A centering kick, but it's gone straight into the attacking 50 of the Panthers.
Opes will get him out of this. Yep, with Keller.
Very lucky and
Lux
finds
a fortune there.
Joel Worsfold.
Only got Dudley Campbell in the back play here. Oh, nice attack on the football by Will Lehman.
Ball still on the centre wing, broadcast side. Worsfold's trying to get in there and get the footy, and so's
Keller again.
Keller hungry for the footy, gets it out to Worsfold. He's been done with a throw.
Ball came up off the ground a little bit quick for the umpire. I think he might have handballed it, and he didn't.
He was on the other side, but I would suggest it probably was a throw.
Drugamala again at half forward.
Kicks into the attacking 50. Middleton was the target. Spills out, and that was...
Tom Eleftheriadis having a left foot go, but kicking it out on the full.
Yep, unable to get that one sorted. So... Tom Eleftheriadis getting in this game a bit this afternoon, which is good to see.
And the Bitmax scoreboard, Barmera Monash 3 goals, zip 18 to Loxton North yet to score.
Danger signs for the Panthers. I think they might have one behind.
Yeah, one behind, hasn't gone up. Yep, well called.
So the ball across the defensive 50 arc for the Panthers, and they get done holding the ball.
And once again, Butterworth, the captain of Barmera Monash, being very, very good around the football.
And there'll be another free kick. So the Panthers get out of this one again.
Oh, Jake Smith making his presence felt a little bit in there.
There's
a couple of blokes he doesn't know. He's trying to get to know him a little bit better.
Oh, Jonah George is with the footy on half back.
Perhaps he just didn't recognise him.
Well, maybe not quite half back, more in the defensive 50. He's got no one calling for it, though. Just don't know what the...
Well, the Barmera Monash player sneaking into the protective area before umpire Grummet called play on, so that's a 25-metre penalty to Jonah George, which brings him to the back of the 50.
Kicks down the line.
See, unfortunately, they're just not quite holding those marks. See Wagner getting to the ball first, not hanging on to the mark.
Unable to mark it. Ball down towards the Barmera end. Jake Smith dives on it.
He dragged that in, but he got his boot on it.
And now the Roos are looking hungry again for the footy.
Holding the ball against Middleton. He had the ball, took it up, tried to take a step with it, but didn't get rid of it legally. Opes crossing the ball.
Dangerous kick.
I'm not so sure about those sort of kicks.
Or manages to get it out to Zane Luth, who probably...
Nice kick from
Probably
Luth.
the best kick of the day from both sides there.
Shapley.
Shapley gets it on towards the attacking 50. But once again, the Roos defence might not look pretty, but it's very effective this afternoon. Manages to hold it up at least. Both teams scrapping for the footy, heads towards the...
Wagner again working hard over the football there and causing another ball up.
the Aero Club wing, and I see Will Lehman for the Panthers is just heading off. Wilch coming on. Change up there. 21 minutes gone. First quarter. Riverland football for McDonald's, Renmark.
Keenan Wilch straight into the play. Drives it to the half-forward line.
No one able to mark it.
Better kick to the forwards, though. Gave them both a chance of having a crack.
Proud was there. And now Millington finds Butterworth again.
He's polished with the football. Shoots it out to the wing. To a player all on his own.
And I reckon that might be Albrecht this afternoon. We're in the 13.
Looks a bit like Jack Albrecht. So it's not Jack Barker, it's Jack Albrecht in the 13.
And now Beswick got his hands away just before the umpire was about to blow holding the ball. Zach Nitschke chases the footy and it's out of bounds. And we're going to see a... No, we're not.
Yeah, it's last disposal free kick to Barmera.
So the Roos have just got to hold station here and they'll go into quarter time with a very comfortable lead. It's no goals of the day to mention so far for
Butterworth
the Perina
again
store.
with the kick in. Finding a left Theriatis.
Goal scorers so far, Middleton and Butterworth. Middleton with 2. Kicks down the line, looks for a target. Middleton's there.
Sherpick gathers it in.
But the Panthers, Sherpick, manages to get a good second effort. And there it is.
And there it is, quarter time. You'd have to say points to Barmera Monash in that round, Lockie, on the Bidmac service. 3 goals, 0-18 to Loxton North, 1 point.
Plenty more Riverland football to come this afternoon. Live from Loxton North, it's the Roos who go into quarter time with the advantage. Yeah, second quarter not too far away at Panther Park at the moment. It's the Roos holding a very comfortable lead. 3 goals, 18 to the Loxton North Panthers, the home side, just 1 behind so far. Before we have a quick chat about this game, Trevor Scott in the Sideline View Studios got a score update, I think, for a couple of other games. Trevor, what do you got?
Wow. Gee whiz, Trev. That's amazing. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Thank you, Trevor. Let's have a chat about this game just quickly. Look, a scrappy quarter, it must be said, but the Roos making the best of the conditions.
Yeah, and making the best of it through Mason Middleton, who's kicked 2 goals from inside the 10-metre square, inside the goal square. So a real presence up there. But I would have thought Sam Butterworth, who's the other goal scorer for the game, had a great start in the centre and has covered ground from one end to the other. They've both been good. Drugamola's been very, very solid for Barmera Monash as well. Loxton North, probably none better than Bradman Fitzner on his wing. I know he's on our side, Lockie, but he's had plenty of it. And I think other than that, probably Zane Luth was pretty good across half-back. Jack Oates has been solid. Loxton North need to use the ball better going forward.
Yeah, they really need someone to step up on half forward. That's where they're falling down. They've just doing the centre clearances inside of 50s were pretty much a muchness between the Panthers and the Roos that quarter, but the Roos obviously making a lot of the advantage. And also some simple stuff like manning up.
Yeah.
I don't know how often we speak about the Barmera Monash midfielders. Drugamola and particularly Butterworth. I don't know how much footy they got with no one anywhere near them.
You've got to play both sides of the ball. You can't just run forward and not run back and check those guys because they will carve you up. I think this is a big quarter for Loxton North. If they don't at least hold the position where they are or narrow it before half-time, it might be game over, but let's hope it's not. And I think there's plenty there. I thought the other player who had plenty of the ball in the first quarter was Ethan Wagner. Loxton North need to give their half forwards a better chance.
Here we go, second quarter underway at Panther Park. The Roos now kicking to the school end. Dudley Campbell for the Roos gets the first advantage and a good clearance, but the Panthers now through a couple of fortuitous handballs managed to get their hands on it.
Fitzner again driving the ball to half forward, but Barmera mopping up very easily and moving it on.
So the Roos now back on the attack, deep into their attacking 50, looking for a target. Smith was there. Middleton, can he run on it and kick a goal? He can't.
It's a point.
Behind that.
He's quick for a big fella, isn't he?
That would have been the Peruna Store and Brownsville Tavern goal of the day. I mean, he's already got two.
Yeah,
that was a bit more spectacular.
It sure was. He hit the ball running there, and Beswick running stride for stride with him, but he's a big fellow. Middleton, kick out from Beswick to the back pocket.
Finds Romeo.
Beswick gets it back, runs past and takes the mark now on true halfback.
Do you think Sherps might have given Beswick a bit of a, maybe not a rev up, but just a couple of words at quarter time then?
Oh, nice there. Almost the mark of the day, almost the MTE SA mark of the day.
The Roos now managed to get the footy back into their 50. Eleftheriadis, a soccer off the ground, doesn't go anywhere. And the Panthers try and clear this one out. Worsfold now got his hands on it, but he handballed it straight to Drugamola. And now both sides hungry for the footy, trying to get it to the boundary line on the Aero Club wing.
Loxton North player was in a bit of trouble there. I thought he had plenty of time to get rid of it. But once again, umpire Grummett giving him the benefit of the doubt. It'll be a ball up on the Barmera Monash half-forward line.
No one able to get a clear advantage there. And, here we go. The Panthers have got the free.
Hampel in ruck getting a free kick.
So what can the Panthers do here? Goes down the line. It was a wobbly old kick.
Yeah, Shapley, say no one will be marking that tumble punt.
Shapley was the target. Monash Roos leading comfortably. 4-3-27 to the Loxton North Panthers at 1-3-9. Second half, straight after this. Second half soon to get underway between the Panthers and the Barmera Monash Roos. Lockie Windler and Nobby Norton this afternoon. It is 5 footy thanks to McDonald's Renmark. Nobby, an interesting first half. The Roos very much in control at this stage.
Absolutely, Lockie, and the sunshine out here at the moment, and the breeze has almost disappeared, so this could help the Panthers try and get back into it. But at the moment, Barmera Monash heads in front and going strong, although it was a little bit better effort from the Panthers in that last 10 minutes of that quarter. Hey, scores from the Bitmax Surfacing scoreboard. Barmera Monash 4-3-27, Loxton North 1-3-9. Goal kickers for Barmera Monash, Mason Middleton with 3, Sam Butterworth 1. For Loxton North, the captain for today, Justin Proud with 1. Some better players for both teams, Lockie. Mason Middleton, of course, with his 3 goals. Dudley Campbell's been good around the ruck. Sam Butterworth, excellent. Got the breaks, put him a little bit towards the end of that quarter, but still got enough of it. Terry Packer, Matthew Watke, and I think Ben Drugamore, probably their best player for today, going well. For North, slightly different story. A couple of their, I thought Jack Opes at centre-half backs going all right. Bradman Fissner's had a couple of good quarters on his wing. Hugo Keller's been solid back there next to Jack Opes. Joel Worsfold always gets plenty of it around the middle. And I thought Ethan Wagner, for his effort against the flow of traffic, has really been probably Loxton North's only forward option with the exception of Justin Proud in that quarter. So all in front of Loxton North in this second half. Look, only 3 goals down. It could have been worse. They will need to get that margin within 1 or 2 kicks at three-quarter time if they're any hope. For Barmera Monash, it's more of the same. Get the ball in long to Middleton and let him do his stuff.
Yeah, just taking a look quickly around the grounds. Loxton and Renmark a close one at Renmark today. The Loxton Tigers holding a lead, 5-1-31 to the Renmark Rovers, 3-4-22. Can't say I saw that one happening, Nobby.
Oh, you'd almost want to swab Loxton, I tell you, if they're a racehorse. 1 week, 1 goal. Next week, they're in front of the top side.
Hot and cold, just like a Katy Perry song, Nobby. The Master Chef intro. It's my new go-to line this week.
It's a good one.
Both sides having their final addresses before they get underway in this second half. Look, I'm not going to write the Panthers off for the rest of the season. We know they're not going to make finals, but for them to get a win this year, they have an opportunity in front of them right now to do it. Look, how can they do it, Nobby?
Well, how they can do it is by kicking more goals than Barmera Monash and 3 more, at least 3 more this half. But look, I'm with you. I'm desperate for them to at least turn on a game for us. It might sound a bit harsh on Barmera Monash that we might be sort of punting one way a little bit, but what we're looking for here is a good game of footy. It's there in front of Loxton North. They're only 3 goals up, 3 goals down. But to be honest with you, Barmera do look like they are playing slightly better footy because they're using the ball a little better. We're
going to have to see how the Panthers line up here, if they're going to make any changes across half forward. That's where they've fallen down all day.
What would you do?
Maybe Jack Opes, centre half forward.
Yeah, there's an option.
But doing that, though, he's going to take a key defender out. But in saying that, to win a game, you need to score more than the other team, don't you? So you're going to have to take the game on.
I think it's almost a matter of just playing a little bit more defensively on some of the Barmera Monash attacking players. For that being Mock across halfback. Michael Mock's had plenty of the ball, and I left him out of my call for their best players. He's well in it. Getting plenty of intercept marks and driving them forward. And of course, tightening up on Butterworth, as we mentioned. And that happened towards the end of that quarter. Although I notice he doesn't seem to have anyone with him at the moment again.
We will have to watch what happens with this
Will
one.
Lehman's there with him again.
He's probably been the one that's kept him the quietest this afternoon, Will Lehman.
And Mason Eckerman running with Watke. So there's been some defensive thoughts happening.
Here we go, third quarter underway, Riverland football. 5 RM for McDonald's Renmark. Umpire throws the ball up in the air and we are underway in this third quarter. No team managed to get the advantage early, but then Watke got his hands on it and kicks into their attacking area.
Straight to Middleton.
Middleton unable to mark it, but did the old half volley trick and kept running with it anyway. Over to... That's Max Petrole. Good centering kick, and Jake Smith was underneath it. He unable to mark it. That would have been a gimme.
There,
that was but he's managed to get back up, pushes the player over,
a bit of a don't argue from the junkyard dog, and he pushes the ball towards goals.
And there'll be a ball up.
See that last centre clearance to Barmera Monash? It's fine for Mason Eckerman to be standing next to him at the bounce, but Watke just burned him off. Straight to the ball, and he was still standing still.
Ball up, 10 metres out from the Roos goal. Panthers can't let him slip here. Worsfold tries to clear it out, gets a quick handball. Keller was the target, but the Roos managed to get a foot on it, put that one up in the air. Cody Britton's underneath it. He was unable to get it. It's a hot footy in this early stage of this third quarter at Panther Park this afternoon.
Nice work by Leftheriadis to try and win that hard ball and get it out to his teammates. But he does hold it in 20 metres out from the Barmera Monash goals, dead set in front.
This is crucial for the Panthers if they want to stay in this, clear this one out. Hampel in the ruck. Good fist. Manages to get that one out, but it goes straight to Patrole. Snap on goal. That looks...
hit the post. That was so close to being the Peruna Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day, which we're still waiting for, really.
We haven't, I mean, the ones we've had so far, I mean, one of them's going to have to get it, but they're not goal of the day contenders.
No, I'm finding it tough to find one.
Oh, Max Patrole, unlucky there. Good behind. The Panthers clear it out. There's our man, Jack Opes on the wing, but Jordan Freeman picks it up, puts the footy under his arm and kicks it back into their attacking 50. And Austin, Carvany, no.
Straight to Middleton. He turns straight around and finds on his chest. Oh, hang on. Jake Smith, is it?
Eleutheriadis.
Yeah, he
bit of a limp there.
Yeah, he stopped with a limp on his right leg and still favouring a bit, but I don't think it'll be enough to discourage him from having a shot at goal. Although he has a couple of players right next to him looking for a handball. 2
minutes gone, third quarter. Riverland football on 5RM. Has his kick. Oh, it was a wobbly old kick.
Straight to handball.
Didn't make the distance.
It was a helicopter punt off that sore leg. Oh.
And this is another thing the Panthers fall down with, is their work trying to clear a ball out of their defensive 50. They've managed to get that one out just, but didn't look that convincing early.
Look, Barmera Monash, the thing about Middleton, he came up and hit that last ball forward. He is never going to be outmarked or outbeaten for the ball.
Ball in on the broadcast side, 50 for the Roos. Work the ball forward. There'll be a free kick to the Panthers. Worsfold, quick handball, finds Nitschke, kick down the line.
Wagner again.
Finds Ethan Wagner, brings the footy back inboard, finds Matthew Hampel.
Taken off him by Eckerman, who drives it to the far side.
Romeo's there, unable to mark it. Max Patrole's working hard to chase him, but there's a few Panthers here.
2-on-1, but he gets it back.
Great shepherd from Keller. Eckerman drives it into the attacking 50 for the Panthers. What can they do here? Wagner's trying to run and chase it down. The Roos get their hands on it, take the ball to ground.
Would you say that's some of the difference? Like Barmera Monash, when they take the ball forward, they have players front and square and runners on the ground. Loxton struggling to get numbers at the ball forward.
Yeah, they're challenging as much as they can, but like...
They don't look dangerous. Barmera Monash look very dangerous when they go forward.
The most dangerous we've seen the Panthers has almost been on those fortuitous times they have had.
Newman holds that ball in 30 metres out.
Here we go,
Will Lehman with the determined effort. Got to the ball first. That's how you keep it off Sam Butterworth. Get it first.
He would be up there for the Panthers' best player this afternoon at this stage, I would have thought. The Panthers trying to keep this one in there. Oh, good tackle from Worsfold, but
Ben Drugemeyer.
A bit classy.
Oh, now there is a contender for the MTESA Mark of the Day, a one-hander from the Mud Crab.
Yeah, Eckerman for the Panthers. So the Panthers have still got a chance at this one.
Lehman.
Finds Lehman. Loose. Back to Joe Worsfold. Joe Worsfold kicks into the attacking 50. It goes through for a goal. And there it is. That is the Peruna Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day.
Sure
the Panthers are back in town. 2 goals, 3. Plays the Barmera Monash Roos 4-4-28.
Both players slipping in the goal square from both sides and the ball clearing them just and going straight through. But an excellent effort by Worsfold.
That was very fortuitous. I reckon that was Jordan Freeman for the Roos.
Who's been playing very well for the Roos.
And I reckon he might have been on Justin Proud, and they were both shepherding each other for the footy.
Yep.
Maybe Newman was in there too, but either way, they both fell over.
Very handy goal for the Panthers, which now takes them to 2-3-15 to Barmera Monash 4-4-28 on the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard. Ball up in the centre.
Hampel and Campbell do battle.
Once again, Watke wins the ball again in the middle. That's 2 bounces, 2 wins to Watke.
The Panthers, through a fortuitous handball, managed to get it through Nitschke into their attacking 50. But the Panthers, the Roos always seem to have a few more in defence.
Roos long sleeve brigade.
They're rocking this one this afternoon.
Here's Mock again. Clears it out to Worsfold, to Butterworth.
And Butterworth.
Now the other 2 players at the start of the quarter are called to be manned up.
Obviously, maybe not quite listening to us this afternoon in the coach's box.
Luth again. Now, he is fast becoming the most influential player for the Panthers.
So a wasted kick for the Roos has ended up in the Panthers' hands, and they go back on the attack. Justin Proud's the target, but great
Here he
mark
is again,
from Mock.
It's almost a game between Mock and Luth at half-back at the moment.
So Mock on the half-back flank with the kick for the Roos. Goes back down the line.
Middleton's come out to centre half forward and provided that presence they needed.
And gets the free.
There's a mark if it wasn't.
Middleton, kick over the top, finds Butterworth, no one's on him. He kicks into the attacking 50, unable to find a target. And the Panthers are working hard to clear this one out.
Eckerman's lifted his work rate.
There's Nitschke, right idea, and that one's on the roof here at Panther Park, Nobby.
Yeah, look, that effort on Butterworth to man him up lasted all of 10 minutes in the second quarter.
I'm just wondering, do I actually go out and get the footy for them? They're not far from our broadcast spot here, the footy, so Loxton North timekeeper Barry Arnold's going to go out and get the footy this afternoon for the team, and we'll just have
this little break in play. Our clubhouse leader for the MTE SA mark of the day is I've got down Mason Middleton for that great mark he took in the first quarter.
They've got another
22 players, and of course that goal by Worsfold just a few minutes ago is the Peruna Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day.
So we got our second footy for the day after that first one was lost on the roof at Panther Park.
Good spoil by Opes to half back, straight to Worsfold, back to Opes. Through goes Packer.
At the kick from Drugamala on the goals for the Roos, but
just misses.
Drifts wide.
I'll tell you what, he's high in the best players on the ground. High in Barmera's best player and best on the ground. He's had plenty of it.
He's certainly been amongst it all day. And another player, Nobby, that maybe not quite as manned up as you would like to see.
Yeah, well, I just think if you're really dead set having a go at the victory, you got to play defensive as well as attack.
Beswick takes the kick out.
Eckerman.
And finds Eckerman straight in the middle of the field.
Yeah, if they keep going down the corridor, they're a chance here.
Eckerman decides against that, goes wide.
This is better. Here goes Wagner on centre wing. Looks wide. But who should he find first? Leading for the chasing the ball was Mock.
And Mock takes that one out of bounds. And that will be a ball in.
Tell you what, he's been a key obstacle to Loxton North going forward, Mock. Had plenty of it at half-back. He's playing loose at half-back. Man him up.
So the ball's now in the Panthers' 50. Can they make something out of this? Sherpick tried to make the tackle, unable to do so. Still a hot footy. Driving this one out through Britain. And there he is, Mason Middleton
and
on half-back.
Playing clever footy. He's moved up nearer the ball while they go against it. Nice work by Hempel. Get out the way, big fella.
There's a couple of Panthers hot for the footy in the middle. Austin Carpenter for the Roos trying to get his hands on it, unable to do so. Oh, Justin Proud, some courageous work there.
He made an effort, Proud, to get to a ball that was never going to be a Loxton North ball.
Looked like it was going to be an easy mark for Jordan Freeman there.
Chaos ball by Hempel into half forward. Will Schultz gets it. Handball's wide. Opes coming down, but you can't give a handball on the boots to a bloke 6'4".
Oh, here we go. Will Schultz with the footy now. Kick on goal. Has this one got the distance? No.
And who should get it?
Butterworth.
Butterworth, the captain. He plays well both ends of the ground. Out to Mock. It's the same old names, isn't it?
The Butterworth Drugamala show.
Yeah. And throw Mock in for good measure. Millington drives it out of defence. Up to centre wing. Worsfold playing very well. Wants it back. Gets it back in the centre. Drags Opes into the play. Drives it to Newman forward. Newman using the hands in the back on his defender and giving away a free kick to Drugamala.
It was there.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't think young Newman had much other
Drugamala put himself in between the big forward and the ball and earned the free kick rightfully.
10 minutes gone, third quarter Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark.
Interesting to see both Butterworth and Packer working in defence here, just trying to hold the Panthers out. So they've settled.
It's Kasolki now with the footy. Down the line.
Worsfold. Nice spoil by Worsfold.
Jed Millington unable to mark that one, and that one spills out of bounds.
See, Barmera have adjusted, pushing Dudley Campbell back as an extra man in defence.
So we're still on the Panthers' end of the field here.
And look at Jack Albrecht snuck out there on his own on the far side for the switch.
There you go. And they've managed to work this one out through Middleton, who gets a handball over.
Oh, nice kick forward to Carpeney, who takes a nice mark at half forward.
Carpeney now turns quickly, looks for a target. Jake Smith's the one he was trying to get to. Jonah George, some good work in defence for the Panthers, but Smith still hot for the footy.
Krieger.
Good handball out and finds Luth, who got a kick away.
Brody Romeo takes a nice solid mark at half back for Panthers.
He'd be up there in the best this afternoon for the Panthers.
He's just not using the footy. Look at this.
Yeah.
Straight to Millington. Couldn't have picked him out better.
And
who goes for the cross?
But Roos now try and
and
work
here
this
he
footy
is.
across.
I called him earlier. Jake Albrecht. He's been sitting out there for about 10 minutes on his own. That goes to him at centre wing.
So what's young Jack going to do here? He just holds the footy up for a second. He's just on the edge of the centre square.
Former Marook Kingston Warrior, Jack Albrecht.
Kicks down the line. Oh, great grab there for Kasolki for the Roos, who turns into the attacking 50, looks for Smith. Smith got one hand on it, unable to mark it.
I think he only got one hand on it because the other was being looked after.
Oh, Watke snap on goal.
Oh,
that is the
goal.
Paruna Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day.
You were just waiting for Watke to do something like that, weren't you?
Been waiting all day for that one. It took us 12 minutes into the third quarter, but Watke finally hits the scoreboard for the Roos. Look, it was a team goal, that one, though. They worked that one from defence into their attacking 50.
It was sort of almost a bit Dacos-like, wasn't it, the way he just run that along the ground? These guys love watching the AFL on telly, and they love bringing it to Saturday at the local oval.
And maybe it's something to be said that there was no Panther defenders on the last line of defence to stop that one dribbling through.
No goalkeeper.
No, because that, must be said, didn't go through at a great height.
But to their credit, Barmera Monash moved that ball very quickly through the forward lines.
So the Roos extend the lead somewhat slightly. 5-5-34 leads the Panthers 2-3.
Here he goes out of the middle. Dudley Campbell wins the tap out and wins the clearance. Whoa, courageous effort there by the young Loxton North Keller. Keller got him between the hard players and the ball. That was a very hard moment.
Certainly was a hard moment. Could use a few contenders for the hardest worker this afternoon.
Middleton again taking over in the ruck now.
This is in the Roos attacking 50. The ball spills wider towards the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard.
Yeah, the Barmera Monash Roos answering the challenge thrown out by the Panthers in this third quarter and starting to get back on top.
They still trail 5-5-34. And Packer
on his left foot.
Snap on goal and out of bounds. So the Panthers will get a free. They've got to make something out of this. 13 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Look here behind the play. Look where Mox run off Newman 30 metres to get in line with the balls in the back play.
Young Newman sort of taking the Pagans paddock approach.
Only problem is he's 4 kicks away from the ball. Drugamuller again on the wing. Drives the ball back into Middleton, who puts the body in and takes a very strong mark against a player fighting well out of his division.
That was an NTSA mark of the day contender. Smith for the target.
Oh, Keller putting his white body in there again.
Spills forward to Watke. Watke, another snap on goal. Doesn't make the distance. Ball spilling forward through Britain and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Watke's turned the wick up a little bit in terms of forward presence this quarter, hasn't he?
Certainly has. Ball in 2 metres around from the Roos goal.
As has Middleton.
You hear the instruction out there. There's a bit more chirp from the Roos and the Panthers this afternoon.
A lot more.
Saying that, the Panthers try to clear this one out, but
straight down the throat.
Patrol gives it a pitching wedge towards the centre of the field.
Oh, a nice pick up by Beswick, and he fights his way clear, but not clear of half back. Oh, that looked like a fairly high tackle on Will Schultz, but
he did do the Mark Horse catch
hang on.
dive.
The umpire called for the bounce up, and when he realised Will wasn't moving on the ground, he thought he must have copped it high.
And what do they said here? I think they might be. Oh no, he's up. He's up and about. He's got the free.
Umpire was unsided. Handball off to Keller. Drives it off half back. Long to Newman, who gets in the play and dishes out the handball, but unfortunately, who should cut it off?
Mock, who
drives it deep into the forward line. Whoa, Jake Smith going for the mark of the day with one hand.
Unable to do so. And it's holding the ball.
A little bit of help there from the umpire, getting a little bit of help there from the junkyard dog. He called it as holding the ball as well.
Hey, Wacky now with a free kick, 40 metres out straight in front of the goal, but kicks off. And he got Jack Opes, but it was touched and played on.
Oh, nice little back turn
and
there
now
by Zane Leaf.
Shapley
was it? Yep.
Driving it out.
That's better.
Justin Proud was the target. He wasn't able to mark it. Sean Steer takes the footy to ground, dives on it, and it'll be a ball up. Broadcast side wing.
Yeah, Steer committing himself to the ball there and making sure that Barmera didn't rebound it.
So Sherpig taking the ruck work.
Nice hit out.
Gets its way to Wilkes through to Worsfold. Shapley drives back through traffic.
Here we go. Justin Proud in front. Takes the ball on his chest at the 50-metre line at half forward.
Kicks off quickly, looks for Wagner. He was no one behind him and dribbles it out of bounds.
Not a bad result for the Panthers, Ed.
That might save him for a ball in, because if he didn't get his hands on it, that would have been a kick to the Roos.
So a ball in 20 metres around from the point post at the clubroom side for Loxton North.
Panthers have got to make something out of this. 16 minutes gone on the Nippies clock, third quarter.
Dudley Campbell alone at 10 metres out from goal in a defensive position.
Good tap from Hampel.
And who should get it? Dudley himself.
Oh, but the Panthers wrap him up. And what are they going to say here?
Oh, no, it's another ball up.
Just got a bit closer to the Panthers' goal. They've really got to make something out of this.
Campbell having to contest the ruck this time.
17 minutes gone.
2 up, can you still do that?
Oh, Newman out of the contest. Kick on goal. And a minor score.
I didn't think you could go 2 up in the ruck, can you?
No, I don't think you could.
That was 2 up in the ruck then.
2-4-16. The Panthers trail the Roos 5-5-34. 17 and a half minutes gone for the quarter. Riverland football, thanks to McDonald's Renmark.
That would have been a handy shot at goal for the Panthers, had they? Millington, he's getting a little bit of it this quarter. The Barmera Monash vice captain.
Kicks backwards. Finds Butterworth.
Yeah, gee whiz, doesn't he cover some ground?
It's a wobbly kick, but it finds Albrecht.
He looks up and gets Campbell.
Good team play from the Roos.
Campbell on the centre wing right in front of us.
What are they going to do here?
Goes defensive into the forward pocket to Middleton. Carpenter sharks the ball well. Turns onto his left.
Oh, the handball onto the ground and the pickup. I like that. Oh, but it finds its way
He
to
had no one to give it to, so he thought, I'll give it to myself.
And then the Panthers managed to gather this one and go under their attacking 50.
Here we go. Oh, Middleton again mops up.
The Panthers were looking oh so dangerous for a bit there. Great couple of tackles from Sean Steer, but the Roos still clear it out. It finds its way to
I think he took the wrong option there. He had Jack Albrecht loose. He could have handballed it to him, but he took the kick instead.
So there'll be a ball in right in front of us here on the broadcast side wing.
Perceived pressure on the Barmera Monash. It's probably the first time we've seen him under any sort of pressure across halfback.
Getting closer to three-quarter time. Hampel takes the tap. Will Lehman's the one who mops it up, but taken to ground. And there'll be a ball up. Watch this one again here. Oh, another
2 up again. Butterworth this time. Can't be against the rules.
Straight to Watke.
Oh, nice mark by Carpenter there on his chest.
That is an MTSA mark of the day contender. Turns quickly, looks for Smith, and another great mark for the Roos.
Both those players in Austin Carpenter and Jake Smith, very strong in the top half of their body, and while not the tallest players on the ground, still strong overhead.
Smith now goes back for a shot on goal. Hasn't troubled the scorers today so far, and
a little bit out of his range.
Continues to not trouble a minor score at least.
Just happened to hook it.
5-6, 35 for the Roos. To Panthers 2-3-15.
You've got to be thinking Panthers need one more goal before three-quarter time with only half a minute on the 3 minutes on the clock. You're thinking not a chance. Oh, who should chip in at half forward for Barmera Monash? But Butterworth uses the ball every time he gets it, and guess who kicked it to, Lockie? Ben Drugamuller.
And Drugamuller gives it a nice little floating pass. Kick over the
Cruising
top. Finds
pass,
Packer.
Terry Packer.
Is that a goal? No, it's not.
Gee, nice play from Barmera Monash there. And all their key contributors getting a part of it and all handling the ball very well.
Somewhat keeping the Panthers in the game a little bit at this stage.
Through poor goal kicking. Yeah, 12 shots to 5 says it all for the Roos.
So what can the Panthers do here? 20 minutes gone on the Nippies clock, third quarter. Beswick plays on and then decides to go for refuge in the back pocket.
To Judge Sherpick.
Sherpick down the line. Oh, missed everyone. That went straight through the keeper and fine leg. But now it's Jordan Freeman for the Roos that goes on the attack. Looks for Smith. Smith, good second effort. Wasn't paid the mark. Ball spills out and there'll be another ball up.
The situation is, though, when those guys are competing, when they don't bring it down, they still control it. It doesn't get off half back like it is at the other end.
This is maybe where they got a couple of steps up on the Panthers. This sort of attacking forward pressure.
Yeah, he had no other option.
And
he had no one to give it to fitness, so he had to take the tackle and hope that it wouldn't be holding the ball, but it was. Sorry, it was Worsfold, not
Ian Worsfold for that one. So Butterworth will now have a shot on goal.
Gee whiz.
Overtime. The time on in the third quarter. What are they going to do here? Well, his chances, I reckon he's probably more than a 50-50 on this one. 45-degree angle. It's a lovely looking kick.
Sure,
he's happy.
He likes it.
And adds another goal on the Wireworks scoreboard. It's 6 goals, 7-43, leading the Panthers 2-3-15.
Butterworth kicks his second goal for the game, and I was just sort of working through some of their better players, and I got 3 of them on the podium locked together in Ben Drugamuller, Sam Butterworth and Michael Mock. And apologies to Mason Middleton in that, but she was dominating around the footy.
The Roosters look up and about. I know they're in front, you know, they've had a tough season just like the Panthers have, but a lot more positive body language out there this afternoon.
Look, clever work by Corey Gilgan. He's taken Butterworth out of the middle to half-back.
22 minutes gone, third quarter Riverland football for McDonald's Redmark. Ball up in the centre. Sherpick now takes the ruck for the Panthers. Watke for the Roos gets the clearance and finds Jake Smith. He was unable to mark it. Carpenter was front and centre, but the Panthers are working hard to clear this one out. Carpenter still hungry for the footy.
I get the feeling that the floodgates are about to open here, Lockie.
It's found its way to Jack Obst on the half-back flank for the Panthers, who's looking for a target to clear it out. There's Will Lehman, who's worked hard this afternoon, but that goes out of bounds right in front of what's known to the locals as Worsties Bar.
Oh, yes, of course, and plenty of advice to everyone from that bar.
Just looking at the personnel in the bar this afternoon. And
well, you got the binoculars on them,
the usual suspects in there this afternoon. Yeah. Win, lose or draw, they always have a good time over there. And it spills out of bounds, and there'll be another ball in.
Judge Sherpick into the ruck, Hampel to centre half forward. I'm not sure whether he'll have the pace to sort of worry Mock, who just really is interested in rebounding it.
Oh, some great sharking from Watke out of the contest there, but
his second half's been good. This quarter
taking the ground.
He was in it early, but he's hurt him on the scoreboard as well this time.
Yeah, Middleton taking the ruck work, but it finds its way to Joe Worsfold. He gets a quick snap kick into the attacking 50, or on the line, the painted 50 line, and there'll be a ball up just on it. So Panthers desperately need a goal before three-quarter time.
Need to get the ball out in the open, don't they, where they move it quickly and give their forwards a chance.
And there'll be another ball up. 24 minutes gone, third quarter.
Gee whiz, Lockie, that sound effects mic is a full oval away, but I can hear the advice coming out of the grandstand on the other side.
Yeah, certainly some good stuff we're picking up this afternoon. As the ball spills towards the coach's box, and there it is, three-quarter time. It's the Barmera Monash Roos in a commanding position. It is 6-7-43 to Loxton North, 2-3-15. Fourth quarter straight after this. Fourth quarter soon to get underway. It's the Barmera Monash Roos in a comfortable position, 6-7-43 to the Loxton North Panthers, 2-4-16. Both teams still getting the final messages from the coaches. Nobby, you're the Loxton North coach, Brett Shepherd. You haven't won a game this year so far. What are you telling the troops now?
Well, it's no point worrying about the defence on the likes of Drugamilla and Butterworth and Conad. Now the only chance you got is to throw caution to the wind and go as hard as you can be. And a bit over 5 goals they need to win it. Look, they've got to go for it. And if you lose by 10, well, bad luck, you had to go. That's about where I'm at. Other than that, just back the players in to try and use the ball a bit. Now for Barmera Monash, all credit to Barmera Monash for the way they played this. You saw when they were under a bit of heat in that third quarter, Drugamilla went back, Packer went back, even Middleton worked back, and then they worked forward. And then once they got on top around the middle, they all turned up in the forward lines. And look, it's been a pretty comprehensive display by Barmera. They've been fairly well consistent all day. They got a little bit forward out of Carpeny and Smith that quarter. A couple of unlikely blokes in terms of height, but perfectly suited to this style of football.
Yeah, it's certainly been an interesting one for sure in terms of maybe the future of both of these sides. And I can tell you what, Barmera and Monash Roos, a lot of those young players, I know a lot of them live locally and they've got jobs and apprenticeships and whatnot locally. So you'd have to say the Roos going forward in not a bad spot. Maybe not as bad as maybe is portrayed, Nobby.
Yeah, you're right. And I think their quality aspect of their play is they use the ball well, and their skill levels in this game is higher than Loxton North. You can see that by what shot. I'd be trying to simplify it if I was Brett Shevick for the Panthers. Forget kicking across ground at half back. B, forget too many handballs. Go back, kick long, down the line, and try and control the ball a bit more. They're easy to say from up here, Lockie. Bit harder when you're under the pump out in the middle.
Just looking at the middle, I see the Roos have got Watke, Drugamilla, Campbell and Butterworth in there. That's the A team.
Yeah, Will Lehman up against Butterworth again, standing right next to him.
Here it is, fourth quarter underway for McDonald's Renmark. Ball spills out of the contest. Ethan Wagner working hard to get that one. Gets a hand over to Will Lehman. Finds its way to Zane Luth, who gets a kick forward. Sean Steers the target. Ball spilled out of his hands.
See, as tumble as that kick was by Luth, it was attacking and it went to the right side of the Loxton North player. Only he could get it.
Well, that's what you said. The Panthers have just got to take the game on now.
Yep, they do.
Ball up. Hampel tapped it straight to his opponent in Butterworth.
Well done there by Beswick.
A wily old kick for the Roos, but it wasn't kicking in danger. Zane Luth working hard.
Someone trying to get inside his Guernsey with him there, and didn't seem to be a problem.
Some good defensive work from Romeo.
See, there's the problem.
Finds Beswick. Gets its way over to Stemberger. Stemberger gets it to Smith, and there it is. Jake Smith, turn and goal.
And that you'd say that if it wasn't already over, it's over now.
7 goals, 7 the Barmera Monash Roos to the Loxton North Panthers. 2 goals, 16. It hasn't been a great afternoon for the Panthers.
Jake Smith's had numerous opportunities today, and that was probably the most difficult of them all, but went straight through the big ones for his first goal.
What I am finding interesting, I know Jake's, maybe a bit older than what he was a few years ago, but hasn't, I don't think, been in the middle all day today.
No, he's been forward. He's now at full forward, working out of the square, which is a pretty good place to have him. He's very sharply clipped today. He's had a fresh hairdo ready for the Barmera ball tonight.
And would you say maybe not as much run in the middle could maybe prolong his A-grade football career?
He's as tough as old boots, Jake. He'll give you 100% no matter where you're playing.
Not needed in the middle. 2 minutes gone on the Nippies clock. Ball back in the middle. There'll be another contest. Campbell, good tap over the top. And Watke was the one trying to mop it up and gets a kick away deep into the attacking 50 already. And who's that man? There's Jake Smith again. Jonah George manages to get the ball for the Panthers. A quick handball over the top, but it gets wrapped up.
I think Jonah's going to learn a little bit about footy playing on the Junkyard Dog in this quarter.
He's had a fair experience this year, Jonah George. And Austin Carpeny's got the free kick.
Yeah, it was high tackle.
So he's going to get...
He's a good player. When he's on, this fella. He doesn't need to turn it on
45-degree angle, 45 metres out, a good kick. and it was a bit short. Jake Smith was trying to get his hands on it, but Hugo Keller kicks it out.
Gee whiz, he's had a go for the Panthers, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly has. Ball back.
So's this bloke.
Joel Worsfold. Handball over the top. Look for Justin Proud, today's captain.
You can't handball to a bloke running backwards with his back to the goals. I don't care.
Proud over the top. Finds Will Lehman. Will Lehman now. Kick down the line.
Nice kick.
And a good mark there from Bradman Fitzner. Kicks back inboard and finds Wilch.
This is better. See, the game's opened up a bit, but it's much better use of the ball.
Keenan Wilch was looking for Newman. Newman was unable to get his hands on it.
He struggled all day, Newman, I think.
Saw him last week against Berry and actually got a couple of goals and was looking pretty good, but maybe the smaller oval might have been a bit more his style.
I'm thinking if he's anything like I was when I played Lockie, the smaller the oval, the better.
And we've seen, teams be exposed a bit at the bigger ovals
this year.
Here's
Wacky turning it on this last quarter. Off half back to Packer.
Oh, great.
Jack Oates steal
the footy, if you don't mind.
Yep. Now that's good play there to knock the ball to his own, to the only advantage of his player trying to get past.
And there'll be another ball up just on the...
Sean Steer, quite a clever footballer, as is Ian Worsfold, who pushed that ball out.
Edge of the centre square. Butterworth gets his hand on it after the first one test, gets Albrecht, and then finds its way to Druggermuller, who kicks down the line.
Luth again.
Stemberger was the target, but yeah, Luth, great spoil.
Luth's had the better of Jesse Stemberger today, and he's probably been Loxton North's best defender, and he's had plenty to do.
So here we go, another ball in. 4.5 minutes gone, fourth quarter Riverland football. 5 runs, McDonald's, Renmark. Couple of quick handballs, finds its way to Druggermuller, who gets
through. He goes, Beswick.
Foot on it and gets it to Beswick, to the Panthers.
To Justin Proud, half forward, move it on.
Turns quickly, decides not to kick, and then a small kick inboard.
Oh no.
Zach Nitschke was the target, but it spills. And there's Watke. And there is Butterworth again.
You can't give the ball back to Barmera Monash at half back when you could have driven it deep into the forward line.
And there's Watke again.
Stemberger comes out with that one, loose, dropping the mark, straight to Carpney.
And just holds it on the attacking 50.
He's a factor. But here's Jake Smith.
Quick kick over the top. There's a foot race for it. Smith dives on it, and it goes out of bounds.
Where'd that sunshine come from?
Yeah, it sort of just appeared from nowhere this afternoon at Panther Park.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. It's an interesting afternoon of footy, that's for sure, but more so for the Barmera Monash Roos future than the Panthers, you would suggest, Nobby.
Look, in saying that, Lockie, you look at the Panthers' defence, and with two key defenders like Luth and also Beswick, you can build a side around them.
And still quite young.
And Opes, of course, as well, another tall defender. They've got some good tall defenders. I know Anton Cook's missing today, but gee whiz, he can't have a lot left in his big career. But it's been age waits for no one.
Very true. And I guess you're right, both of these sides have got a lot of promising young players coming forward. It's almost as if you could put a couple of key players into both of these sides, you wonder how close they would get to some of the top sides in the competition.
Look, I think it's Barmera Monash. The difference here between these two teams is their polish around the middle through Butterworth, Druggermuller, the same names we keep talking. There's a nice mark.
Speaking of Beswick, lovely mark in defence. He just asking for an option.
Outmarked the big fella, Middleton, that time. Overkicks his player and he should walk in, but... Watke.
Oh, Jake Smith running backwards for the footy.
I tell you what, the point post was in a lot of danger there. If Jake Smith had cleaned that up, I know it would have come off second best and it wouldn't have been in.
You're right about him not stopping this afternoon. He's going just as hard as he was in that first minute of the game.
I think he loves the idea of being up forward.
He's waited his whole career to get there. Now he's finally catching in.
Yeah, worked hard, creating opportunities for people, and he's finally got to the area where he can perhaps take advantage of other people's opportunities.
Do you reckon Druggermuller and Butterworth are looking at that going, is that what I can do in maybe 10 years?
Oh, possibly. Packer's the other one. He can do it all. In the middle for best.
The Panthers managed to get a few kicks.
Fitzner again, off half back.
Finds its way to Zane Luth, who kicks down the line.
See, that's the sort of kick that's been on all day for them. Instead of the cross across half back and the handball to someone with their back to the goal. Just drive it forward, take a chance.
Zane Luth certainly been a handy inclusion into the side in recent weeks, but I'm hearing he's heading back to the US pretty soon for his basketball nobby, so he'll be sorely missed by the Panthers.
Yeah, he's found the ball well.
And for someone that hasn't played footy, I think it was 2.5 years.
Not a bad effort.
Yeah, it's a very good effort indeed. But the ball...
Worsfold, he's been there only one around the ball today, hasn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Like in terms of trying to win the contest from the ball ups.
So there's another ball up, just on the forward flank of the Panthers.
But you can't take anything away from the Roos. They've been solid all day.
Handball gets its way to Worsfold. Looks for Newman.
So he made a contest of it.
Wrapped up. And that was Ian Worsfold. And I think Ian Worsfold's got the frame. Oh, no, he doesn't have the frame.
So that was nice. He hit the ball trying to break through. Don't mind that.
Oh, there's Newman charging through the pack. Gets a quickie over to Bradman Fitzner and out of bounds.
Misses the lot, and that'll be a kick in for the last disposal to Barmera Monash from the back pocket.
Just checking the Berry Wakery clash. 12 points the difference, I'm told.
Berry up.
Berry still holding a slight advantage.
Gee, that'll be a good result for their reunion today.
Thought they would lift. Might have had a bit of a rev up during the week after their close win last week.
Yeah, well, North nearly got over
to the Panthers, yeah.
Hit the front in the last quarter. It's not going to happen here today.
So they're calling for Harold. That's Matthew Hampel. Certainly been a good servant in the ruck for the Panthers over the years.
But look at this. Oh, Barmera Monash competing against each other and spoiling each other. Hamp's kicked to a 4 Barmera Monash 1 Loxton North contest.
Is there just no one presenting for the Panthers
that's exactly
this
what it was.
afternoon?
It wasn't all his fault. There was no one really moving forward.
I know young Newman's in his first year of A-grade footy, but yeah.
You can't put it on him, though.
No.
He's missing an experienced key forward.
And here he is, Hampel again. He's
Tries to pull it in with the one glove, but gets it out, though, in the contest.
Finds his way to Opes. Opes into the attacking 50. Who was the target? No one.
At least he had a look, though.
But here's Fitznut. Turn into the attacking 50. Finds Justin Proud. He was unable to mark it. Both teams still hungry for the footy.
Out of the pack comes Worsfold, who goals it.
And there it is. Ian Worsfold finally puts one in the books. So the Panthers respond 3-4 to the Barmera Monash Roos, 7-8. 10 minutes gone. Fourth quarter Riverland football on 5RM.
So you know when you ask me at 3/4 time, what do you say if you're Brett Sherpick? Win the quarter, I think is what you try and do. And at 1 goal to 1 goal 1, they're right in winning this quarter.
What was Kevin Sheedy's theory? If there was more minutes than goals needed, you were still a chance? Are the Panthers a chance, Nobby, or not?
I'm not sure, Lockie. It's a bit like when you're a mathematical chance to make the finals.
Yeah.
You're no chance.
Yeah.
Look, I'd be throwing Jack Opes forward, I reckon.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They're putting Shapley in the middle of the Panthers, which is good to see. Ball back at the centre. It's 5RM football from McDonald's Redmark. The Roos get their clearance.
Nice tackle, but
Druggermuller
again to Packer. Drives it forward. Jack Opes, nice mark.
Defensive mark.
Nice MTESA, potentially mark of the day.
A good defensive mark for Jack Opes. Kicks over the top, finds Keenan Wilch. Another one of those hard workers for the Panthers that goes about his business.
Barmera have laid off a bit. They're playing a bit more safe. They know they've got the game in their keeping. Luth. Now there's a bloke you could throw forward.
He's back at it again,
Here he is
Zane
again.
Luth. Good handball over the top. Finds Wilch again, who's working hard. Shapley now for the Panthers has got the footy, runs into the attacking 50. Newman's the target. Can he clunk this one?
That's a nice
can.
mark from the big fella.
Finally, Newman gets his hands on the footy, and that is an MTSA mark of the day contender.
Second grab, but he held his body position over the ball, and his opponent was no chance.
MTSA, they are your local apprentice and training
What's he going to do here, Lockie? Left foot around the corner or
He
right
got a
foot
very
check side?
tight
or
angle.
Right foot check side?
He's gone the check side. He's
And
happy.
The goal umpire bends back straight over his head.
4-4-28, the Panthers trail the Roos, 7-8-50. There might be a bit of life left in this fight yet, Nobby.
Yeah, well, that Newman's effort there, it comes into contention for the goal of the day. We got Watke's Dacos goal at that end, and now we got Newman with a check side, as we call it in South Australia, but banana elsewhere.
Nearly 13 minutes gone on the Nippies clock. It's a waste time for a Nippies.
You'd almost rate that a little higher because he actually took a contested mark to get the chance.
I think always when there's a contested mark and a goal, I think that adds into the goal of the day element.
So a little bit extra, a little bit of mayo on it.
Yeah, it adds a few little extra bonus points.
Now this is not bad. Sherpick into ruck. They've left Hample off the ground at the moment, so they've gone for a smaller forward line to run.
Got Will Schultz in the middle and Shapley.
I'm thinking...
And Keenan Wilkes. So they've really mixed up the midfield, which is good to see.
I'm thinking when Sherpick's due for a spell, throw him to centre half back and throw Zane Luth onto the ball.
Good battle. Oh, Jake Smith's in the middle for the Roos as well. How did we miss that?
Well, you can't keep him out of it. Well, there you go. All of a sudden, Oates has grown a leg out to Sherpick.
Out to Nitschke. Nitschke kick over the top. Wilkes is the target. Wilkes handled over his head.
See, I don't mind that. He didn't handball to anyone, but he handballed towards his own goals.
And what are they going to say here? There's a free kick to the Roos. So they've got a free kick on the half-back flank.
Still the best part of 5 goals adrift here, Loxton North. And they're not coming with the breeze they had at the Lakeside last time we saw them together.
The Magpies have closed the gap. 56 place 49's what I'm hearing.
Smith up again into the play. Takes a nice mark at half-back for Barmera. Drives it up to the centre. And easily get Mason Middleton.
Nearly 15 minutes gone on the Nippies clock.
That ball was well placed to Middleton. He was the only one that could get it. Whoa, up goes Watke.
Both teams trying to fight for the footy. It's a contested ball. Jack Opes tries to run through a few players. Wrapped up.
Where was this in the first 3 quarters? Attack on the ball, attack on the goal.
You're right, though.
Maybe they weren't allowed to do it in the first 3 quarters by the Roos.
It's probably telling, though, when the pressure is off, how good they can look.
I think it might be the fact that the Barmera Monash Roos think they've worked hard enough to win the game and they get their foot off a little bit, which makes it easier for the opposition. But you can't query their go, though, the Panthers.
So both rucks don't get their hands on
go.
it. And there's Butterworth again.
Yep.
Kicks down the line. Jonah George is working hard for the Panthers to keep this one out.
Got his hands full with Drugamala, though, just the same.
And there'll be a ball up in the forward pocket for the Barmera Monash Roos. What are they going to do here? Another contest, the old double ruck contest again. Butterworth taking the ground, but still got his hands away. Gets it to Watke.
Who's had a great second half.
Watke centering the footy. Oh, great mark from Dudley
Campbell. And he plays
Campbell.
on, runs into an open goal.
Turn and kick the goal if you don't mind. And the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard attendants once again have to move the numbers for the Roos. It's 8 goals, 8-56 to the Panthers, 4-4-28.
Do you know Dudley Campbell, last time we saw him play, he looked a little bit underdone. I think he's got better and better as the season's gone. Showed pace. He's a very valuable player to Barmera Monash. Between him and Middleton, they share the ruck and the forward role very well. It's old-fashioned, rest the ruckman up forward, but you watch, it's happening a bit more in AFL now. Might be old-fashioned, but it's very, very effective.
Must be said the number of long sleeve Guernseys for the Roos has dropped off a bit in this 4th quarter. I think Jordan Freeman's now the only... Oh no, there's a couple of others that have still got it from the start.
Middleton finishing strongly in the middle. Gets it out to Watke again, onto his left foot. Belts the ball forward, a half forward.
Petrole was the target.
I think Ian Worsfold might have got a little bit of help in the back there. I know it was Romeo. Gets up, uses the ball.
Finds Will Schultz, maybe a contender for the young charger today. But it's found its way to Jake Smith in the middle of the field for the Roos.
He's using his experience here to drop into that back play and just chop the ball off at every chance.
Just an old hand, isn't he, Jake
nice
Smith?
Kick from Jake. Over the back it goes to Drugamala. He keeps his eye on it, keeps the ball, gets up out of the pack and snaps it towards goal.
Sean Steer for the Panthers has other suggestions, but Dudley Campbell again's got the footy. What's happened there? There's been a tackle, but it was almost over the boundary.
Dudley slipped down, and the Loxton North player coming hard at the ball, had no option but to go over the top of him.
So we'll have a ball.
None of it intentionally.
Ball up in the forward pocket for the Roos. Jonah George mops it up and kicks it quickly out of there.
Nice trap by Will Lehman. Yeah, nice trap.
Both teams dive on it again, and we'll have another ball up. But the ball is now on the 50-metre arc for the Roos. Getting a little bit further away from the goals. Ball up. Middleton does the work for the Roos. No one's able to get it cleanly out of there. Sean Steer mops it up, but gets wrapped up. And there'll be another ball up. We've got 18 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. It's the Roos that are going to be winning this one. 8-8-56 to the Panthers, 4-4-28.
2-1 to 2 goals. Here we go. Through it goes, out in front of Watke. He won't let this go. Whoa, nice tackle. He rolls out of it.
And Campbell, a soccer off the ground. He's done it. He's happy. That's a goal.
Well, that goal is all Watke's goal. Gee whiz, didn't he attack it?
Dudley Campbell, if you don't mind, he's having a good fourth quarter.
Matthew Watke gets anywhere near the goals within 20 or 30 metres. He picks up another step. He's had a good game too. I just can't quite work him into my top 3 for Barmera, but gee whiz, he's been not far off the mark.
So the Barmera Monash Roos extend the lead, 9-8-52 or 62 rather, to the Panthers 4-4-28. It's been a good effort from the Roos this afternoon, it must be said, all around the field.
They've been a class above in their ball use, I think. Much better use of the footy. There he goes, Middleton to Smith. Smith out of the middle to half forward. Cut off by Luth, who goes wide but goes straight to a Barmera Monash player.
Yes, Hugo Keller for the Panthers. He's been working hard on half back.
He's probably the hardest worker of the day.
For the Panthers, definitely, yeah. And
I'm potentially got him there, perhaps on the ground. And the reason he's had to work hard is because the ball's been up his end a fair bit. Here he is again.
Kick over the top from Keller, finds its way to Ian Worsfold, who was tackled over the boundary line.
He tried to sell a dummy, but it wasn't bought. And he got caught for holding the ball by, not by Millington, by another one of these long sleeve characters. Here we go, Watke again, hits the ball at top pace, running through half forward. And misses, unfortunately.
Oh, that would have been a good Peruna Storm Brownsville tavern goal of the day.
He was going flat out, and he kicked it from 40 metres out and just missed to the right-hand side.
So it's the Roos 63 leading the Panthers 28. 20 minutes gone, fourth quarter on the Nippies clock.
Yeah, look, not much for him to kick to here. I'd be playing on up the middle.
A little thanks to McDonald to Renmark.
Luth puts it down, but recovers. Oh, feeds it out to Romeo, who coughed up an absolute soda there. And that's the difference. That Barmera Monash, that's a clean take, boom.
We'll have another ball up in the Roos pocket.
Not sure whether it's perceived pressure or actual pressure out there. Nice hit out. Straight to Packer, he centres it. Steer comes at it hard at half-back, juggles a not a mark, but gets it clear of the half-back line.
Running against the fight of play.
Here we go, Jack Albrecht. He's got some wheels.
Good shepherd from Millington there, kept Lehman out of it.
Back to Mock, who's been solid all day at half-back.
Yeah, certainly has been a very handy inclusion for the Roos this year. Mock, kicking board, finds Smith, who turns quickly.
Goes longer to Dudley Campbell. No.
Unable to mark it.
Sherpick gets it off him. Free kick to Sherpick, is it? Yes.
Sherpick's going to get the free.
Well earned. He did.
Defensive 50. Kick sideways, looking for the boundary. But a good intercept play for the Roos. And finds its way back to Watke. He's probably been best on ground for the Roos in this second half. He'd be up there.
Yep.
First and second quarter, maybe a bit quieter, but...
Yeah, I tend to rate him on when the game's up there to be won rather than when it's junk time. But you can't question his resolve on winning that football for the whole 4 quarters. Goes around the mark, gives it a ride.
He's kicked that. He's happy. And he puts another one in the book. 10 goals for the Barmera Monash Roos now.
He's kicked that 45 metres, Lockie, which is not a bad effort for a fella like himself. He's you wouldn't say tallest bloke in the side.
No, certainly
I'd be saying
not.
at the other end of the photo if you lined them up by height.
68 plays 28 on the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard.
Always good to kick a goal and finish hard in the last quarter for the best player awards, isn't it?
Very true. 22 minutes gone, fourth quarter on the Nippies clock.
Probably for the medal votes as well.
The ball back in the centre. The Panthers now really just wanting to see this one finish. It's probably going to be the last time we see the Panthers this year, Nobby.
Yep, they are waiting for that Nippies clock to tick right away, aren't they?
Eckerman now back in the centre, tries to get the clearance. It's found its way to Lehman. They make it into their attacking 50. Justin Proud.
Here we go, Lehman again. No left foot, comes back onto his right and centres it, but only gives Mock another look at the footy.
Yeah.
He's had more kicks than anyone.
Newman's getting himself into the right spot, but might be done a little bit on pace, unfortunately.
Oh, there's Luth again, first to the ball again. Like you said, bit rusty in football sense in terms of the handling of the ball, because he's used to handling a round ball, not an oblong one, but gee whiz, he gets to it first.
Kicks down the line in front of the Loxton North supporters.
That was Wagner, who had a couple of good quarters early and faded a little. But a likely type, though. I like the way he plays.
Doing his best work at West Adelaide this year.
Good size too. He's lean, but he's got a bit of length about him.
So a ball in. 24 minutes gone. Fourth quarter Riverland football on 5RM.
Knocked forward by Worsfold to the other one, to the other Worsfold.
Panthers get the advantage initially, but it's Jordan Freeman on half-back that gets it again.
He has had a great game, actually, Jordan Freeman. Bit noticeable by the long sleeves, but he's had plenty of it.
Let's find its way to Max Patrol in the forward line, and Watkey was about to run on and size up another one.
The young fella just taking a little bit too long there and getting wrapped up by Hugo Keller. Oh, here we go, across goals.
What do you
It's all right this time.
Oh.
Up the middle.
Oh, wayward kick, and it's find its way to Butterworth.
Who
was trying to get, I'm not sure, I wouldn't say acting, but he was, it's tackled and somewhat...
he might have got touched high, but he certainly tried to make sure it wasn't missed, didn't he?
No, it definitely wasn't acting, but it maybe didn't quite look as severe as...
Here he is again, Freeman.
What is, AFL actually has a term for that, is it staging?
Yeah,
Like the umpires say it?
That
wasn't that, no.
That wasn't staging. He's too solid a player for that. Mind you, he did get a chop around the chops. He's a bit groggy in the back play. He's taking
Maybe he might have been winded.
Taking himself back to half back and released Dylan Klingbill onto the ball in his place.
Another contest, another ball up. 25 minutes, it's been a long fourth quarter.
It's not a bad way these guys rotate, you know, because Klingville's come off half back onto the ball and Butterworth's gone on to half back for a rest, but that's not what he really does back there. He just keeps getting the ball. Nice work from Wagner there. Tried to knock it forward, but only as far as Mock.
There is full time at Loxton North. It's the Barmera Monash Roos 10-9-69 defeating the Loxton North Panthers 4-4-28. Straight after this, we'll wrap things up, dish out all of our awards and have a bit of a look around the grounds at what's going on in round 11 of Riverland Football League Premiership Season 2022.